Biological Riley presents She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. A quick review. She-Hulk Attorney at Law really pissed off the right people. In fact, this Disney Plus Marvel Studios show has the usual subjects of YouTube's booming grift economy up in arms about how quote-unquote woke it is and such. It has been a truly notable online tantrum, to be completely honest with you, even by the standards of those aforementioned usual suspects. Yet She-Hulk Attorney at Law predicted these internet sad boy critiques and fucking ran with them, even though on the surface She-Hulk is yet another Marvel superhero show. After all, it's about the Hulk's lawyer cousin Jennifer Walters, who accidentally makes skin-to-blood contact with Bruce Banner's superhuman body juices, which ew, not sanitary, and this transforms into a Hulk as well. A She-Hulk, if you will. A muscly green sapphic fantasy, as well as a being with super strength. Because, you know, she's a Hulk, the one who is actually in control of her powers when in Hulk form, rather than a whole separate personality, a la Banner's relationship with his Hulk alter ego. And to wit, Jen Walters is now defined by her She-Hulk persona by family, friends, and yes, haters and trolls on the internet. I see what you did there, TV show, and I like it. Yet, Jen doesn't want to be defined by her big mean green alter ego. She desires to be defined by her abilities as a lawyer, and by extension, she also breaks the fourth wall and addresses the audience and repeatedly states that She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a lawyer show, not a superhero one. Yes, even though she is often pigeonholed into a superhero role. It's very meta. Well, not Facebook meta, but the meta that's short for meta commentary, obviously, because meta commentary is actually fun, whereas brand meta is not. But regardless, this is an interesting angle for a She-Hulk show, mostly because the way in which the show's revolving cast of characters, superhero cameos, and such define Jen by her She-Hulk persona, her superhero status, and physical appearance, rather than her extensive occupational expertise, which is honestly something that has real-world parallels to sexism experienced by women in real life, both the blatantly obvious type of sexism and the more subtle kind that's veiled behind carefully worded language and dog whistles that social media moderators will ignore, especially on Twitter now, because apparently grifters are good for the algorithm and a social media company's bottom line. And due to this, She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a good exploration of these feminist themes. While the show is very blunt in its approach, it is a superhero show about the Hulk family. Their catchphrase has the word smash in it after all. She-Hulk Attorney at Law has a lot of good and meaningful thematic depth to it. Befitting of a legal drama, it's a show that's enjoyable to analyze in regards to its feminist themes, as well as being about a woman's autonomy. Because, you know, Jen desires for She-Hulk Attorney at Law to be a lawyer show, even though outside forces actively prevent this from happening. And yeah, sure, it's more on the nose than Pinocchio lying about all the luxury cars he has stolen over the years, that little scamp, but this embodies She-Hulk's thematic core. It works here. Also, the show is a lot of fun. In fact, She-Hulk Attorney at Law is structured as a series of relatively self-contained episodes that feature an overarching plot in the background and has an episode of the week sort of feel, which really befits the show's lighter in tone, campier aesthetic. The editing, the performances, and the cameos, especially Wonger's and a spoiler character, are a lot of fun. And while sure, the bonkers ending does not entirely stick the landing, and the She-Hulk CGI can be very spotty at times, She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a mostly lighthearted affair and can throw up a casual shrug at these blemishes. It is a very endearingly silly show, albeit one that does tackle a serious theme in regards to sexism in a way that makes the worst people on the internet upset. And for a Marvel show to do that while also still being good, I call that a win.